Yo, what it do, YouTube? Hope everybody's doing well. Back with another video. I know it's been a while. Lots been going on. Not really gonna break down too much of what, but a lot of personal things been going on in my life, and had to take a step away from trading. I tried to trade during that process a little bit, and it didn't work out in my favor too well. So I had to really just, take a breather, and kind of reanalyze some things and kind of just regroup. For those that tuned in yesterday during our live trading and chart breakdown, we took two successful trades, one big successful trade and one just profitable trade. I'll kind of go over it briefly after this, but yeah, I didn't trade at all today. I had put my Top Step X accounts on manual lockout, so I wouldn't take any trades, any more trades, which was definitely a smart thing to do. I don't know how how my day would have been if I traded in the market how it was today. I feel like I probably would have messed up a good amount, probably would have lost some profits on my other accounts, or it might have been profitable. Who knows? It was just kind of back and forth. So I kind of just didn't want to put myself in that position. And, it is what it is. As you guys see right now on our trade report, our first day of this account, we took a $1,100 loss, which was dumb, and especially it was because it was on a Friday. And I've been telling myself that Fridays aren't days that I need to trade on. It's that bad trading days on Fridays. Not too sure why. Honestly, I just feel like price action for me on Fridays are very confusing at times. I know there's particular strategies that are focused on Fridays, but I personally just have been struggling on it overall. So I just try to do my personal strategy that I've been trading with lately, and it just didn't work out. In my favor, my entries were just really bad. I guess my chart reading was just even worse. So I took a loss. So yeah, on the first day on this account, we took a loss, but thankfully yesterday we made up everything that we lost and some, which was great. We hit our 50%, which was 1,500 and some change. Now we just got to make an additional $12 once we get to our profit target of $53,000, which is cool. Um, which is, it's not bad. I can trade micros to get that if the case may be, or push comes to shove. Well, we still got a long way to go, anyways. We still need to do what, $2,700, a little over $2,700 just to even get to, or $2,600. Sorry, a little over $2,600 just to even get to our profit target. And hopefully tomorrow kind of gives us an opportunity to do so. I feel like me personally, when it comes down to trading, days that I know that there's things going on in the market, I kind of want to take advantage of being able to make the money either beforehand or the night before, so to speak. Just because I feel like there's times when price action and volume is just so either too hectic, and I either the moves happen too quick. So like if I get into something, it can, retrace in the opposite direction so quickly, and you're hoping to make money on the trade, or you're assuming to make money on this trade because you see, the entry that you're choosing for, but all of a sudden it pulls back some and then actually happens. And it's just like that effect just, it hurts. And especially seeing that, especially with trading with Top Step X, you can't like automatically put a bracket order. You got to like place in your order, then, adjust like the trade. So once you put a trade in, an order in, you got to adjust it from the entry, adjust it where your stop loss is going to be and where your take profit zone is going to be. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. I also think that for me, I want to be able to get that consistency of believing in my trades. And we we as traders kind of overlook that, because you know at times when we take these combines or these evaluations, we kind of try to shoot for the stars, and that's happened to me a lot in my career. We can see at the other account that I had just a profitable day. I was fine with $200. Kind of just realizing, you know, I don't need to rush this. Yes, I did mention yesterday on my live stream that I wish I had copy traded this account as well. During that whole short that I had taken on NQ on my other account, but you know, at the same time, I just didn't want to put that pressure on myself because that is a lot of pressure. You kind of overlook it, but that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of capital to be trading. I mean, if it goes in your favor, it goes in your favor. But if it doesn't, especially if you guys watch the live stream, I definitely almost lost. It was right there, like it was really close. But it finally moved in our favor. You know, we kind of averaged down on our trade, but still, like having 5 contracts and still being down $700, $800 on the trade, or $600 to $800 on a trade is definitely scary. I think, yeah, that was definitely like a scary moment. And you try to like mentally contain yourself during that whole scenario because of the fact that you're like, hey, I just want this to go. I see the trade. I see where the money wants to go. I see where it's gathering, people thinking it's gonna go up, and then you get the liquidity and then the move actually happens, but it's kind of like back and forth, like it's consistently going back to this area, and you're just like, damn, I'm and when rewatching that video, I got annoyed at myself because I kept on readjusting and adjusting and readjusting my stop loss several times in that video, and which was really, really annoying. And I just was nervous. I just didn't want to lose profit. So I was kind of getting to a point like I just want to be able to make something, but just not get kicked out of the trade because I see where it wants to go. And yeah, it finally officially it did it, but at the same time, it took time for it to actually happen, and that's what's kind of the nerve wracking part of it all. But you know, it is what it is, and I can't be mad. I was profitable, and then the second trade that I taken, which was on this account that I'm on right now, showing you guys right now, was. I mean, it was just a $200 trade. It was nice to see. I was just waiting for it to happen. I definitely messed up on my entry because by the time I was trying to set up the trade itself for a limit order, it had already went into our fair value gap, and I was kind of just like, crap. Do I just do a limit order or do I go with the market order? And by the time I got for like decided what I wanted to do was a market order, and it was already in an area that I just wasn't comfortable. Oh, I was comfortable at, but I just didn't like my entry, and I wanted to add more to my position, but it was just like, okay, well, I'm already in an area that I don't want to really be at. And if I add into it, if it comes back lower, yeah, I'll definitely add into the position, but it never came back to that level during that time of that trade. It definitely did come back into that level like later on after I had, manually closed the account and did all that stuff. It definitely came back. I could have held that trade a lot longer, and of course, I would have probably made $1,500 on that account as well because it definitely came back. Let's see if I can show it. So we had a fair value gap that was here. I'll show it here. Not here anymore, but it was here. And we were just looking to get up to here. Right. Yeah, it was. Cause we had the short, boom. It came into here, but it came into our other fair value gap that was right here, right here. Yeah. Like it came into here somewhere. And then later on, it definitely came back up and ripped. Near open. Let's see. I think it was like around here. Yeah. Maybe. But yeah, later on in the day, it like ripped up. So it was like, yeah, I'm assuming it's like around here. I could be we had another fair value. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So it was this fair value gap and this one here, and it definitely came back into here, and then I could have held longer to the trade that's breaking up above here. I'm really looking at this wrong, but at the end of the day, it definitely came back up. We could have made definitely, yes, it was around here. Definitely around here. My bad. So it definitely came back into our fair value gap, which is here, or I think our initial issue entry that we got in was here, and then it came back again one more time, and then we could have held the long all the way up to here, which was still nice. I mean, that still would have probably been like a $1,500 trade there as it is, or even probably there if we went max cons if we chose to do so. And sorry about that. Like, that's I can't remember exactly where it was at, but I'm assuming it's definitely somewhere around here. But yeah, again, we were able to take that trade, and that was nice. Even though, of course, we could have held longer. Yeah, but still, we made $200, which is still it's better than nothing. Of course, it's better than a loss. So that was pretty much how Sunday was. Again, I didn't trade today at all. Price action was all over the place, and definitely there was a chance to be able to definitely make money on the move down. I was watching the charts this morning, and I saw that move down would have been great to have. Even the pump back up was even crazier. Like, imagine that taking that trading, taking longs, but it was just like even that whole like back and forth, like here was just so annoying. And then even the move down, it was just so inconsistent because it was like you have, even though this is a 5 minute candles, like it's still very annoying to see like all these wicks because you're not sure when you're gonna get wicked out. Yeah, this is definitely something I was happy I was not trading because I promise you I probably would have lost so much profit. So much profit. And I know a couple people in my Discord community were telling me that they were having rough days, having a rough day today. Uh, one of the fellow traders in my Discord community told me he had one of his worst trading days ever, and I can see why. It was really rough. Even like, we had an opportunity, but who would have known? Like, yeah, we're in a fair value gap, a huge daily fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. But like again, like who would have known like this would have happened right off rip? Like once they got to this level, yeah, there probably would have been probably a fair value gap somewhere around here to the left that we can look at, which I probably don't have it charted up, marked up, of course. But yeah, definitely, those that didn't recognize that, just this move up definitely probably would have made people just get caught FOMO. This move down was nice, but it's not nice at the same time because it's just so choppy moving down. And this move up is a great recovery in a sense. So it is what it is. Can't really beat it, So I'm happy I wasn't a part of it. Hopefully, I have that same type of discipline tomorrow. I'm not too sure if we have any data coming out tomorrow. I know we have some data that's coming out at the. I actually it might be coming out tomorrow, or it might be coming out Wednesday. I know we have a short week because what Good Friday is this Friday, so I feel like price action today was kind of just all over the place, and it could be that way for the rest of the week, but who knows? So my expectations for the remainder of the week is just trying to be simple with what's in front of me and not try to overdo it, because I definitely am a person that gets caught up in trying to get in when I fit in and then get really nervous or anxious is the best way to say it, anxious on particular moves. But again, it is what it is. And me personally, I'm just trying to work on bettering the overall experience that I have when I chart and I trade. So I think we just individually, we have to be smart about it and believe in yourself. because it's definitely hard. Trading is not easy. I always try to say that in these videos and these live streams, that trading is definitely not easy. No matter how cool or lavish people try to make it look, trading's not easy. And there's people that's been doing it for 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, and the list goes on, and they still, there's still things that they struggle with. And it's definitely an eye opener because of the fact that when you trade, you know, each year is different. I mean, yeah, of course, every day is different, but each year is different. Like when I first started trading in the market was very bullish. Like into 2020, like that was bullish. 2021, getting my feet really wet into actually making money in the options market was a very bullish experience. And that market was just like you pretty much buy into something and it's just gonna rip. You just have to, sit on the profit and see it go. And 2022 is the opposite. Like, the market just pretty much was selling off, but it was just so you're so used to seeing it move one way, you're not really realizing that you have to switch it up, you have to adapt. So, there's those things there that you have to keep in mind of. 2023 as well was the same thing. It's like, the market's kind of just figuring its way out. You have down weeks, you have up weeks, but you're not really too sure on where to kind of pinpoint where you want to go. There's definitely things that I had to adapt. I had to find a new trading strategy, but I also had a lot of things on my plate in my personal life that strayed me away from really biting down and learning more and believing in what I'm trying to do. And that was hard. I lost a lot. Like I lost a lot of my accounts, and mentally I had to really remind myself that I shouldn't really be trading with all this stuff that's going on in my life. And you for the people that love trading, you kind of just stick to it because you're like, dang, I love trading. I want to be a profitable trader. I want to do all these things, yada 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 yada. And it's, yeah, of course, that's a blessing. Like, we all want to achieve those things. We all want to be part of that 1% or whatever it may be. But again, it's a learning experience, and you got to learn to adapt. And that was how it was for me because of the fact that after last year and getting funded several times and then losing those accounts because getting greedy or getting too anxious or my mind's not really where it needs to be, it's definitely sucks. And you kind of just you get mad at yourself because of the fact that you can do so much more. You can achieve a lot more, and you can be profitable regardless of how much profit it may be, but you can be profitable. And this year I had to remind myself that like I could be profitable. um I shouldn't have to like worry about trying to make 5 figures, 6 figures in a trade because that's not really possible like that unless you have a big size account and you're able to leverage that much. You shouldn't be thinking about that. You should just be more focused on your trading. If the setup is there and you have the confidence to take that entry when it gives it to you and let it ride its course, then that's what you should be more focused on instead of like, okay, I need to make X amount of money. How are you going to get there? How are you going to get to that point? And that's something that you have to really realize personally, is that don't think about the money and think about the trade itself. And once that trade happens for you, the money follows. And that's why a lot of traders try to reiterate to students or people that are watching or people that are curious about it, is that we are so focused on making money because, yeah, we all have a lot of things we need to take care of. We got bills to take care of. We got families to take care of. We got, we want to be able to live a better lifestyle. And that's very, very true. I'm definitely one of those people that agree with that. Like, I definitely want to better my lifestyle, not only for myself, but for my family or for what life, has in store for me personally. But at the same time, it's like, if I don't know how to trade, how am I going to be able to get to this money? I can, go max contracts in a trade, and then hopefully I'm in the right direction, going in the right direction, so make money, and then, exit when I feel like I've made, whatever it may be. But that's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to be anything profitable for you. You're not going to learn anything from it. And, you know, that's when you got to really take a step back and just remind yourself, okay, hey, this trade for me is X, Y, and Z. How am I going to get to Z? I see this and this and this happen. These things happen for me. Okay, let me take my entry on my trade and let it take its course. And for me, as you guys can see in the background of my trade that I took yesterday, it was definitely like me readjusting my stop loss because I was getting anxious. I was like worried, like, hey, I don't want to lose profit on this trade because I believe in this trade, but I'm not sure where I'm fully comfortable of losing on this trade. And that's the thing, you know, we trade and you got to be willing to be okay with your loss. And that's a hard part for a lot of us because again, we're dealing with money. Even though we're trading with these combines and eval accounts, again, it's still money being involved because it's getting your mind formed and ready for when it's okay, now I can actually make money on this account. Now I'm in a position that I'm actually making money with these funded accounts or these live accounts. And that's what's, you know, that's the scary part because we're so accustomed to like, hey, I can go in max cons and, you know, shoot for the stars and pass this eval in one day, which I mean, I've done. But then when I get into the point of having a funded account, I try to do that same thing. Boom, account's gone. And what do you learn from that? Nothing really. Unless you learn, okay, I'm not going to be an idiot and keep on doing that once I get into the funded stage because I didn't learn anything. So learn from me that I'm not fully profitable, but I'm having to reassess my mindset and understanding, okay, I don't have to always go in with, you know, full max cons. I can go on one contract, which definitely you can make a lot of money with one contract. I think that gets overlooked so heavily in the prop firm stages of futures that you can still make a lot of money. And it's not going to be as pretty as going max contracts and getting into a trade and it going in your direction. But you can make, you know, $6,000, $7,000, $5,000, whatever it may be, on max cons and do it in one trade. But you can still make a couple $100s off of one contract. And that's the blessing about it. That's what I love about that because it's like, okay, I can take a step back and if my analysis is incorrect on my entry, you know what? I still only went in with one contract and I'm not losing as much as if I would if I was going with my max amount. And that's scary. And you don't want to be in that position because it's like, damn, you spent X amount of money on this combine or this evaluation on it. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's bye-bye. And you're just like, damn. And then it like, or it wicks you out and you're just like, dang it. Like my trade, I was correct about it. It just, you know, it grabbed some more liquidity and then boom, it went to it moved. And then you're just like, all right, well, I don't have an account now, or I got to buy another account, and you're already missing the trade as it is. And you're just, it's not lack of patience, a lack of discipline, and a lack of understanding and belief in yourself. So, you know, again, I've had a lot of bad trading days, the mentality of what I've had before. And, you know, you just got to start sticking with things. And again, I broke rules yesterday. I told myself I'm not trading Asia anymore. And surely enough, I traded Asia session. But I told myself, I see where liquidity is at and I see where this trade wants to go. And it would be dumb for me to miss out on this trade if I know it's there. And surely enough, the opportunity was there. I took it. It worked out in my favor heavily. And I'm satisfied with that. And I literally manually locked my account after that. And I said, cool. And, you know, it is what it is. And I was very thankful for that. I'm going to skip up ahead so you guys can see what I mean, because I was waiting for price to come below this, sweep this little low area. And then I know that we were going to probably pop up a little bit more, but I knew it was going to come down here. I was very worried and nervous because I'm like, man, I just want to get this money. I don't want to lose profit. That's why I adjusted my take profit area. But I told myself I still want $1,500 just because that's still enough for me to get above 50K on the account and still be able to have, you know, my max profit that I can make in a day. So I just waited, and it retraced and went back up a little bit. Got a little nervous. I told myself, okay, am I willing to make $400 and something, or am I going to be able to make this $1,500? And I waited, and I saw this next candle open right up in here, and I was like, oh, it's coming down. It's coming down. Just wait. Yeah, I could have adjusted it even more because it definitely came down even more. But again, I have to make, I was willing to make $1,500, and boom, I was hyped. Like, even though if you guys watch this live over again, I didn't speak until like later on, like around here. I was hyped because I was like clapping. I took a screenshot. I was like, man, I haven't had a day like this in a while, and especially during Asia session, because Asia session is really like slow and choppy. But I was like, okay, well, hey, I saw the opportunity, I took it, and that should just go into consideration and to yourself that if the opportunity is there for you, take it. But again, you have rules, and you have to be disciplined, and you have to stick by your rules because those rules are going to make or break you. And fortunately enough, it made me profit, which is great. At the same time, it's something that I'm not taking a trade right now because it's not anything benefiting me overall. Like, this is just ugly to look at. There's no benefit in this in me trying to trade this. So I figured, you know what, just when there's volume, when there's liquidity moving, like there's motion in the market, then that's what we take our trades. But at the same time, if you have a trading strategy, stick to your trading strategy. I hate scalping, but definitely in the prop firm scene, it's relevant. Wholeheartedly, it's relevant, and sometimes it's difficult because you're not used to that. A lot of us are coming from other markets. Some of us are coming from the stock market, which stock trading stocks. It's a scalp. You can definitely make money long term with stocks, but at the same time, short term, it's scalping. Options is the same thing. You can hold longer, but a lot of times, most of us are just trying to make 20% or more in a day, or X amount of money in a day, and then that's it. And the same thing with the futures market. The Forex is a little bit different because you can definitely make more money long term, holding it longer for a longer period of times. But there's still money to be made short term in that market. But when you're dealing with these prop firms, you are personally are trying to make X amount of money in a day and then be done with it. But a lot of us, I'm guilty of it, definitely for sure, trying to overtrade because you're trying to make a little bit more. But that comes to not being more confident in yourself when holding a trade longer. So, or just believing in your trading setup and strategy. So, hopefully that information helps you guys. I do appreciate everybody watching this video. It's getting a little bit longer. It's getting close to 30 minutes on this video. But I do appreciate everybody that does watch this and show support. I know I haven't posted a video in some time, but I do appreciate my friends and family and the newcomers that watch me and watch these videos, or even just like the videos and share a comment. I appreciate that. With that being said, if you guys are definitely new, definitely hit the like, comment if you choose to do so. You can subscribe as well. It's free. I mean, I just will be on your timeline or your feed on YouTube a little bit more, which is all good. Nothing wrong with that. You can criticize me on my trading. I mean, I've been trading for over 4 years and going on almost 5 actually. But at the same time, I'm still learning just as much as everybody else is that's been doing it the same amount, less or longer. I do have affiliate links in the bio. You guys are more than welcome to click those to show support to the channel and myself. If you guys want to join my Discord server, it's totally free. There's not a signal service. I don't really call out trades like that. It's more of like networking and talking about the market because I love, learning and talking about the market. I think it opens up a lot of doors, especially for individuals like myself that don't come from much, and learning a trade like this is definitely eye-opening, not only to myself, but also to individuals that you meet on the street or in public, because, no matter how you look or sound, you can definitely relate to a lot of people that are in this type of niche in this trade world. But other than that, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Much love. Peace out, stay black, make good choices, and I'll holler at y'all at the next video. Ciao.